Well, hello again. Welcome back to another video on the 100E Zetec project. So you haven't seen me for a while. I've been working behind the scenes, doing absolutely loads on the car. I'll show you in a second what I've been up to, but where we're at now is we've got exhaust manifold on, inlet manifold on, it's got fuel. I can start it now, it does run on 3 cylinders, but it does run. The radiator's on, I've got to sort the coolant lines out. I've sorted some of the wiring and roughly where it goes. Obviously I can't do much until I've got the headlights back, so I know which ones do the headlights. Other than that though, the bodywork's the same obviously, but the panels, 2 front wings are painted, the boot lid's painted, which I'll show you. And yeah, I've made some progress. Let me just show you what I've been up to. So as you can see, we have the Zetec in, that was in the last video. Coolant lines, I've got to get a couple of them to go from here to there, so it's literally just like almost like a straight with a 90 on the end of it. That would work for that. This one that comes out of the back of the head, obviously I've had to cut the bulkhead a little bit, which is a shame, but it is what it is. I've had to do it. This is going to come across. This is only temporary, I think, because I can get an actual water rail that goes up, that runs across here and then onto the radiator, so it's more or less dead straight onto that. But this is going to come past the exhaust manifold here, along and onto the top part of the radiator. As you can see, it's not far off of that anyway. There'll be enough flex in the pipes that I can actually make that work. Exhaust manifold, let me just pop this core pack off. Exhaust manifold is a Mark 1 1.8 MX5 manifold. Obviously you've got to drill a couple of holes out. Move that dipstick out of the way. You've got to drill a couple of holes out, because the ones obviously for the MX5 don't fit, but there is one on the MX5 that fits, and that's that one. I had to drill through it. It's not actually that hard to drill, it's quite thick, but it's not particularly difficult to drill with a decent drill bit. Wiring wise, so this is the engine that runs the actual engine and the ECUs inside the car. This, I believe, is for the alternator. I've got to figure that out, if anyone knows, because it's not charging at the moment. Now, I don't know if I can use these pins on the back or if I'm meant to be using the plug, but that's not charging. So I think we're going to get a plug and use the plug instead. Obviously, this is just a mess of wiring. I'm not too sure what half of this does actually, if I'm honest with you, but we'll figure that out at some point. It just all needs tidying up. Like, these are for the headlights, I believe. That's why I've routed them through there. And there is another set of them for the other side. As I said, I don't know. Oh, that's for the starter motor. That goes on the starter motor. That's fine. I understand that. But yeah, there's wiring that goes over the other side for the other side headlights. Now the carbs are on, as you can see. We've now got a fuel line running to the car with a fuel filter in it. That's going to be mounted most likely. I'm thinking I might be able to mount this. This is for the idle. I might be able to mount this up here so that I've got it easy to access, you see, so I can actually twist it and it not be a problem. That's on there. Throttle cable's on there. I need to get one of those throttle cables that comes out and goes to a right angle, because as you can see, it sits at quite a nasty angle on that top of that bulkhead there, which is causing the throttle cables to stick a little bit. And I can't make it any shorter, because if I make it shorter, it goes straight over the top and in, and it makes it almost impossible to pull the throttle cable. So that's that. Clutch wise, the clutch cable is on the gearbox down. Let me get that focus down there. I haven't made the hole in the bulkhead for the top part, but I'll do that today. But other than that, the alternator's on, water pump's on, aux belt's on. A kit from DA Automotive, which works really well. So this is where I'm at in regards to the part that comes off of the manifold. It's got to come down and then out underneath the car, so it'll be sort of something like that. And can I just say, I'm not a professional welder, as you can see, but that, considering that's a gasless weld, that's actually pretty decent, if I do say so myself. I'll show you underneath the car what I've been up to. So there's the new fuel line that I've run from the tank, and the pump's up there, so that's perfectly fine. That works quite well. It went all the way down and up into the wheel arch and then into the engine bay. Prop shaft I need to fit today as well. I'll be fitting that. And I've got to make one brake line that goes up there because we cut through it when I was doing the bulkhead, so I've got to make that brake line again. But that's nothing particularly major. It's a bit leaky, as you can see, because I started it without Rocco gasket and it pissed all out everywhere, so yeah. Just a little update on progress. So what we've done, what have I done? What have I done since I last saw you? I haven't actually done much. I keep getting distracted. But I finished drilling out the holes on the MX-5 manifold, so that all the bolt holes line up now. That's perfectly fine. I've started tidying up some of the wiring down here. This is now fitted and sealed, is the union back there on the head. The clutch cable is going through up here now, which is good. That's fine. I'm having a problem with figuring out how I'm going to get the clutch to actually work. There's something on my lens, it's all blurry, but basically it pulls on that cable. Now, the only way that would work is if it went up, if it came up from the bottom, but I'm unsure at the moment. We'll see how that works in a minute. But yeah, other than that, I've started tidying up some of this wiring, as you can see, mounted that up there. The fuse box needs to be mounted still, but yeah, got loads to do, but we're getting there. So I'm pretty much done for today now. I've got a working clutch pedal. All the pedals are really high, so I'm gonna have to move the seat as far back as I can because I am 6'5" and it's not a massive car. So I'm gonna have to move the seat as far back as possible, possibly looking to getting a bucket seat, but for now I can cope with it. The throttle cable I'm still just figuring out because I need to get a return spring for the pedal and sort of mount that on. Like I say, I've showed you the engine bay. I've tidied up some of the wiring, taped it up so it's not all exposed. I've just got to sort out an exhaust system now. I started making one. That's off of the manifold and down. I've got to make it back, manifold back. But this is the back box I'm going to use. I think it's a 3-inch tip. Should look quite good on the back of it. I don't know if I want to put a centre silencer in it or anything. I think I just want it to come straight out of that. I think that'll be nice and loud and pretty raucous. This is an MX-5 manifold, if anyone wants it. It don't fit my car, so I need to get rid of it. But I'm going to see now if I can show you guys it running on camera. So let me just connect the battery and get all the wiring sorted out. I'm sorry it was such a short video, but that's me done for today. I haven't done a great deal actually, annoyingly. But the weather's been nice, it's been quite hot, and inside that car is like a greenhouse. So yeah, not a great deal was done. I did manage to fit a spoiler to my daily, so that's better. But yeah, next episode I shall sort the radiator out so we can run it for a longer period of time. I need to get a new spark plug because one of the spark plugs is cracked, so it's only running on 3 cylinders. So yeah, we'll sort the coolant out and then we'll get the brake lines done. Hopefully we'll be able to do a burnout and then we can finish it completely. And I've got to drive this to the Isle of Wight in May for the Isle of Wight takeover, so it's looking unlikely, but never say never. Anyway, thank you guys for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Laters.